In-N-Out burger, even. Oh my god, what did I just freaking do? Oh, never mind. What am I talking about? I wasn't in the area I thought I was in. I thought something seemed off. Alright. All the stealth slots are open. Sorry. Open up that bad, Johnny. All of your slots are open, sir. Very good. Of course, once again, we need fire. We need fire. Okay. Guess we can give you... Oh, that'll give you Shadow Spear! Perfect! Nice. Which is a great way to kill those shining palms. A blade that whittles away life. Oh, it's 20% chance of KO, not 30. Oh, excuse me, princess. Freaking turkey sandwich. Then how is it working so often? 20% chance that's gotta be a lie. Gotta be. Either that or this game just does not know how math works. Either way. Let's cash in our shenanigans. Escort request. 1000 Mira for BP. New Ansel Path Monster. 1500 Mira, 5 BP.
Good work. It looks like you managed to achieve your objective. Come back again if you have anything else to report.
Settle down, sir. Keep it in your pants. Alright, all the side jobs are done. You know what that means. It's time to advance the plot. This whole stream has been side stuff. Woo-hoo-hoo! Alright, but it's time to actually go to where we're supposed to be going, which is Ravenue Village. Which is this way. You know, where we just were. Essentially. We can try out our new trusty Shadow Spear. Bum, 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 bum. Smack him with a staff. What we're doing.
Yeah.
Whip it. Now whip it good. Shadow Spear. Nah. It did KO. How does 20% work so often? I'll never understand that. That can't be completely accurate, though. I mean, come on. 20% would not work that often. It really wouldn't.
Piece of cake.
Like that time a piece of cake smeared butter on a math teacher's chair and took a picture of a wizard's croissant and poured lotion on an astronaut's bunch of grapes and stabbed a cop's carrot with a crayon. Classic. To the Ravenue Trail. Uh-oh.
Oh.
You may recognize this guy from later games.
Sherazard, is that you? Well, this is an unlikely place to run into the Silver Streak.
Right back at you. I thought you were in the Royal City, but are you here to look into the airliner incident?
No, I'm here on some chump errands. But speaking of the incident, I hear it was the work of the Sky Bandits. Still, if you're here on the job, then I guess I don't have to worry about it myself. Good luck to you.
Is that all you got to say? I'm sure you've heard that Cassius might have been taken hostage, right?
Cassius Bright, taken hostage? Don't make me laugh.
I think we just did.
That old man's not going to get beamed by the likes of some Sky Bandits. Anybody saying that is severely mistaken.
I'd like to believe that too, but...
I wonder who this guy is.
I don't know, but he seems to fit the mold for a bracer.
By the way, where are those prats you got tagging along with you? They look like a bunch of newbies to me.
Newbies!
Well, then I'm sure you'll be surprised to hear that these brats are Cassius's kids.
That's...
Yeah, that's a surprise, alright. So these are the old man's kids, huh? Hard to believe it.
Don't look at me that way, sir.
Why are you looking at us like that?
This boy with the black hair is one thing, but the girl really looks like an amateur.
Woo!
Are you sure she's really Cash's daughter?
You want to try saying that again with my staff in your teeth?
She's the bona fide daughter of Cassius Bright, and I have to warn you, her bite is as good as her bark. And I'm just his adopted son.
Is that a fact? Oh well, it doesn't really matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Well, take it easy, Scheherazade. And be careful not to let these brats drag you down.
Yeah. And make sure not to rush into any trouble yourself, either.
I'll keep those words in mind. Oh, right, Scheherazade. Was it you who took care of that monster near the mine?
Yeah. Well, actually, it wasn't just me. It was us.
I don't think any number of trainees would have made much difference. But anyway, good luck in your search for those Sky Bandits. Later.
Later days.
What's with that guy?
Yep.
He really pisses me off.
I see. So that was Heavy Blade Agate, huh?
Heavy Blade Agate? What a stupid name.
Agate Krosner, Senior Bracer in the Bracer Guild. He works in all regions and isn't affiliated with any specific branch. His massive blade is said to be capable of slicing a monster in two with a single slash.
One-shot Jones.
I'll just tell you right now, he is one tough customer.
Whatever. I don't care how tough he is. He's still a rude jerk.
Pretty much.
Come to think of it, how does he know Dad anyway?
He seems to think highly of Dad's ability, but even so, he didn't seem to like him all that much.
There are a number of things in his past I can't go into. And those things are the reason why he feels that way about your father.
Well, I couldn't care less about someone rude like that.
We'll be learning more about that later.
Anyway, let's hurry to Ravenue Village.
Good times. Bum 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 bum. Excusez-moi. Do, 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 do. Whee! Nintendo Wii!
All right,
How you doing?
let's see what we can find out about the sighting.
So what do you suggest? Should we just go and talk to all the villagers?
People would be suspicious of us if we did that all of a sudden.
We do it every time we come here. What are you talking about, man?
I think we should talk to the village elder first and see what he has to say about it.
Okay.
Ba, ba, ba. How you doing? Huh? Are you guys visitors? If you're looking for the village elder's house, it's just up that hill in the back of the village. Uh-huh. Louie hasn't come over recently. Louie, Dewey, and Huey, even. I wonder if something happened. I bet he crapped his pants and is embarrassed to be seen. That's probably what it is. This village is close to the border and was one of the first places to be occupied during the war. There were so many victims back then, and the deep wounds in people's hearts still have yet to heal over. Naturally. Yeah, alright. The Moonlight Path. I wonder if this place is open now, since it was closed last time we came here. I'd like to recommend the squeezed juice in the bar on the second floor if I could. Please give it a try if you'd like. Tell me what to do. I'll try whatever I want to try. They're open now. They're open for business. Welcome. If you're here for a drink, I recommend that you try our various types of fruit wines. She's offering us alcohol! Shoot her! Our ingredients are the freshest and finest in all of Liberl. One time when the party got berated for doing rounds. That sounds great, but if you don't mind me asking, this place wasn't around before, was it? Yes, that's right. We just opened the place recently. Hope you'll come visit us often. So what's the recommended item on your menu right now? Let's see. The pomegranate wine and the apricot tart set is delightful. Shara, shouldn't we be investigating things first? And that's exactly what we're doing. She wants to investigate the wine. Speaking with local residents can net us some information as well. You don't need to be in such a hurry. I wonder if she's really serious about what she says. I mean, several NPCs here are named after fruit. That's kind of the gimmick. Who knows? But whenever it comes to her and alcohol, her credibility isn't that great. Have a bite to eat, something to drink, and when you get tired, take a rest downstairs at the inn. That's alright, man. We got 2 new recipes! Apple ice cream and fresh juice. Very good. Lancer likes learning recipes. It makes him feel all warm and toasty inside. Apple ice cream. Learn recipe for apple ice cream and fresh juice. Pretty good. Apple ice cream. Takes maple sugar, fresh eggs, fresh milk, and ripe apple. Fruity ice cream with the tartness of fresh apples. Heals 300 HP. And fresh juice. Takes curative horn, luscious orange, and ripe apple. Fruit juice with thoroughly squeezed fruit extracts. Heals 300 HP and cures petrify. No idea why, it just does. That is just the way it goes, man. Alright, good times. Bum, 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 bum. What up? How you doing? If you're looking for my husband, he's always in the orchard. Even when I call him for meals, he ends up coming an hour later. What a jerk. And by that time, his meal is already cold. That's too bad. How you doing, sir? Have you visited the grave site here in the village? That large tombstone is dedicated to the victims who died in the 100 Days War. 10 years ago, this village suffered greatly because of the fighting. And even today, I still see that horrific scene sometimes in my dreams. We'll be learning more about that later. So that's a pretty major plot point. I've been growing fruit here ever since this village was alive with its mining industry. When it comes to growing delicious fruit, I have no equal in this village. Uh-huh. You know, bragging's not attractive, sir. My husband, Pesca, is really dedicated to his research. He works by day in the orchard and researches various means of cultivation by night. He's really dedicated to his job. Since there's chickens, we can get another fresh egg. There's our fresh egg. I moved to this village a number of years ago because I wanted to be an orchard farmer. But then I took an arrow to the knee and was forced to become a bartender. I even purchased a new set of horrible farming equipment, which I've been studying how to use all my life, also known as a tractor. I'm going to grow and produce more fruit than anyone else. I'm actually looking to get out of the orchard business and start again as a merchant in bows. But there are still a number of problems hanging over this village. If we can't find a way to resolve them, I just won't be able to leave this place with a clear conscience. That's why my wife and son have gone ahead to bows without me. Yeah, this place has so many problem drinkers. There's Louie. Nobody believes me. It wasn't a dream either. I really did poop my pants. Oh well. Nobody believes the poor kid. It's a shame, really. Six righteous souls. Again, we'll learn more about that later. How you doing, sir?
I see you're all together. What brings you all up here today? Are you here for a visit?
Something like that.
No, not exactly. We're actually here on business. Although, if it's possible, I'd really like a glass of your fruit wine.
Nah. You would say that.
Oh, ho, ho. Things in the world never go like you expect, do they? By the way, I never got a chance to ask you until now, but... You don't happen to be one of Agate's companions, do you?
Well, we're all members of the same guild, but we're not companions exactly. We know him by face, but that's probably about it.
Ba-ba-bum.
I see.
I see. I do not know.
So he's traveling by himself as usual, huh?
The village elder closed his eyes for a moment, as a look of sadness passed over his aged features. That's a shame.
What's wrong, sir?
I think he was remembering the time he came over in Luigi's Adventure. Brings back some painful memories.
It's nothing really. Please pardon my expression. Anyway, what brings you to this rural village of ours? Don't tell me that another dangerous monster showed up in the area.
Uh-oh.
No, actually, we're in the middle of an investigation concerning the missing airliner. We came here because we heard there was a report of some kind of sighting.
Ah, I see. The Royal Army came here and investigated that the other day. However, they searched around the area and ended up leaving empty-handed.
Oops.
Really? Is that so?
They suck at their job.
Well, what about the person who saw the flying silhouette in the sky?
Trails in the sky, even.
It was one of the children in the village here, a boy named Louie.
Louie, Dewey, and Huey.
He apparently saw some suspicious shadow making its way across the sky on the night of the incident. But he's a kid any way you think about it, so he may have just imagined the whole thing while he was half asleep.
I doubt that.
Imagined it, huh?
I guess the best thing we can do then is ask him directly.
You're probably right about that. Thank you for your time, sir.
Don't mention it. If there's anything else I can help you with, don't hesitate to ask.
Cool. Louis should be here somewhere in the village. We know where he is. The village is rather small, so I'm sure you'll be able to find him without any trouble. Trouble style. The heat of flames, burning flesh, and the charred smell of blackened bones. That's a nice time for my controller to go out. Thank you, sir. Amidst the screams and cries of the villagers and their children. No matter how many years pass, the terrible events of the war remain ingrained in my mind. That's too bad. Still can't go in there because reasons. Chocolate chew. Alright, so we want to go talk to Louis. Of course, we saw over by the pier.
Huh? I haven't seen you guys around here before. Are you merchants? Here to buy fruit?
We literally just talked to you.
Actually, no. We're here for a different reason.
Talk about memory problems.
As a matter of fact, we're bracers.
Bracers.
Bracers? You mean like agate? I don't know. You don't look all that strong to me. Especially because you're a girl.
Wow. Somebody's sexist.
Why don't you tell me how you really feel? But after seeing my great skill with a staff, do you think you can still call me weak?
Wow, that's amazing! It's like a tornado!
Tornado! Fun fact, I woke up yesterday at 5 a.m. to a tornado. That's a fun time.
I hope you've learned your lesson that looks can be deceiving. Now, how about another amazing demonstration with my staff?
Estelle, be careful. Wasn't it just yesterday that you hit yourself in the face doing that? Anyway, are you Louis by chance?
Yeah? But how do you know my name?
We heard from the village elder. He said you saw some kind of flying shadow. Do you think you could tell us a bit more about what you saw that night?
Chasing shadows, even.
Sure, if you want. But the soldiers from the army already searched the place and didn't find anything.
Aww.
That's fine. We're not worried about that. Do you think you could just tell us what you saw? In as much detail as you can remember.
Okay. I'll try. You see, I like watching the stars at night. So I often sneak out of my house at night to come here and look at the stars.
Oh.
And the other night, when I was out here looking up at the stars, I saw two shadows moving across the sky.
Oh, yeah?
Now, hold on a minute here. You say you saw two shadows?
Yeah, that's right. And they were different sizes, too. Kind of like a mom leading a kid.
Two shadows, two sizes.
That's consistent with an airliner and the Sky Bandit airship if you think about it.
Indeed it is.
Yeah, the aircraft we ran across in the woods was definitely smaller than a typical airliner.
And the two shadows just kept on flying north. Until I couldn't see them anymore.
So north is...
There's a trail that continues behind the village. and it leads to an old septium mine which was abandoned some time ago.
Which we were there before, but there was nothing we could do there.
The soldiers from the army supposedly searched the trail, but didn't come up with anything. That's why they said I must have just been dreaming.
I must be dreaming.
Then they laughed at me, like I didn't know what I was talking about.
I laughed at a kid! You can't do that! You can do that on television. You can't even do that on pay-per-view. The little boy's eyes started to well up with tears.
Aw, enough of that. You're a boy, right? And boys don't cry.
Sure they do.
We're not like those stupid soldiers. We don't think you're telling a lie either, and we're going to prove it.
Really?
Darn straight! You just leave it to us. So, no more crying, okay?
Leave it all to us.
Oh, okay. You're a real nice person.
As usual, she's got a knack with the kids.
Yeah, maybe it's a virtue.
The virtuoso, even.
Huh? Why are you two looking at me like that?
It's nothing. Let's focus on the task at hand. It looks like we've got stuff to do.
Indeed.
Right. Let's hurry and get onto the trail behind the village and see what we can find.
Dun, dun, dun. The two shadows I saw flying in the sky went north until I couldn't see them anymore. I know I wasn't dreaming. Yeah, well. Gray and Pesca were at each other's throats again today. Gray's been growing fruit well before orchard cultivation spread throughout the village. And it's thanks to him that we were able to re-establish the village after the mine shut down. Maybe that's why he's not very flexible. What a jerk. Gray thinks that the only reason why I want to use machines is so that I can be lazy. He completely misunderstands me. I think we should use a number of cultivation technologies to improve the process. There you go. I think it's as my husband says, Gray just misunderstands us. I think if we had a chance to really sit down and talk to him, he would understand where we're coming from. Maybe. These youngins' way of cultivation are nothing less than crude. Thinking only about production instead of quality of taste. Quality of life, even. It's utterly deplorable in every sense of the word. So he's basically old school. And Pesca's new school. It's a shame, really. I wonder if Louis is still off crying somewhere by himself. I know he told me he saw a shadow flying through the air the other night. But any normal person would think he mistook an animal for what he saw. I don't know about that. My husband is as stiff as a board and stuck in his ways. In fact, he may just be stuck in his old ways until the day he dies. Seems like recently my husband has had a difference of opinion with one of the young men in the village. Yeah, well, it happens. I think it's partly Louis's fault that people don't believe him. When he first talked about seeing some suspicious silhouettes, he said he thought they were dragons. And dragons are creatures from ancient times, right? So saying something like that is not going to help people believe your story. I think it's just like he says. I heard that when our fathers were children, there was a dragon still around here somewhere. I'd love to see a dragon for real, even if only just one time. You know, because we're always dragging our feet. Even young children were victims of the 100 Days War. Still pains me today when I think about it. Sorry to hear that. When it became the right season, people can come and experience picking fresh fruit from the trees. Did you hear that, Joshua? We can come here and pick fruit. Can we come here again? Sometimes we can gorge ourselves on all the good stuff around here. I should have figured you'd say something like that, Estelle. Anyway, I think it's a little early for that. Yeah, that's right. It'd still be another several months before the fruit is ripe. Why do you have to go and say something like that? I got all excited for nothing. Well, let's at least come back again when it's picking season, okay? And when we don't have a job to do. Whatever you say, Estelle. Didn't you say the same thing about shopping in Bose? You know how it is. When it becomes the right season, people can come and experience picking fresh fruit from the trees. Isn't that fun? Nobody's ever in there. Maybe one day. Right, Lemon? I wonder if I should increase the number of dishes that use fruit in them. I'll have to discuss this with Apple later. I mean, all your dishes have fruit in them, so... You'd have to change a lot of shenanigans. Nobody in the graveyard. The silhouette that Louis saw flying in the sky, I wonder if it could be him. Him? No, it couldn't be. It's been decades since anyone last saw him. Him? Who's him? We'll find out more about that later. It's a daily routine for me and my husband to pay our respects to the deceased. We don't ever want those who lost their lives during the war to feel that they have been forgotten. Alright, so we want to head north. To where that abandoned mine is. Basically. Dun dun dun. Since we already got all the items around here. That sign that Ben knocked over is still knocked over. Somebody needs to fix that. It's trying to piss me off. Oh my god, that thing just came after me. Apparently he's faster than I am, so... That's just the way that is. Don't absorb my nutrients, sir? I don't appreciate that. Whip it! Now whip it good! Smack him around with your staff, Estelle. Joshua's just a mess right now. A mess of nonsense. Whip it! Whack! Bounce.
Piece of cake.
Curative horn. Alright. Wow, 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 wow. Abandoned mine. The gate is secured with a heavy chain and padlock. If we were playing Resident Evil Village, we could just shoot it off.
This looks like the entrance to an abandoned mine.
It kind of reminds me of Mulga Mine. Except for the fact that it's all deserted.
It seems that this place was abandoned quite some time ago. The padlock and chain are rusted. It doesn't look like this gate has been opened recently.
Which means that there's no possibility that the Sky Bandits entered through here. I wonder if that's why the army never investigated the place.
You're probably not gonna find any clues searching around an old mine, that's for sure.
Or are you?
What's wrong, Estelle?
Maybe it's just me. But do you feel any airflow coming out of here?
When you say out of here, do you mean the mine?
Yeah, that's right.
Let's see.
Joshua wet the tip of his index finger with his tongue and held it out.
You're right, Estelle. It's rather subtle, but there is air flowing out of here.
Just like I thought, huh?
Sometimes your senses can be surprisingly sharp, you know that? I wonder if you get that from your father.
Maybe.
My dad doesn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
But forget about that. Aren't you more interested in what's inside this old mine?
There's certainly a possibility that it connects to somewhere. It's probably worth checking out.
Well, in that case, let's bust this lock off.
Hey, don't you even think about doing that! For now, we'd better head back to the village and talk with the elder.
There you go.
He might have the key.
Maybe.
You're no fun, Shara.
You can just go around destroying property, you know? Freaking sign that Ben knocked over. Crap bastard. Back to the village. Wow, 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 wow. Still feels like someone says something in the song. Revenue Village. Okay. Ba 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 ba. All right, Mayor. What do we got going on around here, man? Where'd he go? He got abducted, apparently. Are you looking for my husband? Since it's this time of the day, I'm sure he's up at the gravesite on the hill. That's a shame. That damn elder. Screwing around again. Just like Bo Pelini.
So this is where you are, Elder Ryzen.
Oh, it's you young bracers, is it?
Indeed it is.
Well, this is a rather extravagant grave for a small village like this, isn't it?
It was erected to mourn all those souls we lost 10 years ago. Since the Bose region is nearest to the Empire, it was in the thick of the fray. And this village lost a number of good people in the hostilities.
That's terrible.
There's no need for you to get somber too, though.
Well, seems to know a little something about that.
These days, cleaning this monument is just one of my daily routines. But I guess you wouldn't have come up here if you didn't think there was something I could help you with, right?
Comedy routine, even.
Oh, right. There was something we wanted to talk to you about. But before that...
Would you mind if we paid our respects as well?
I know we don't have any flowers to give, but we'd at least like to offer up a prayer.
Oh, I see. No, of course I don't mind. I'm sure all those looking down from above would be overjoyed by the gesture. So you say there might be some clues in that old mine, huh? I know for certain that the soldiers didn't check inside.
Lazy bastages.
After I heard Louie's story, it really got me thinking. We'd like to check the place out just in case. So would you mind lending us the key to the entrance?
The key for that padlock, huh? Give me a minute here. I'm sure I put it in this drawer. All right, here it is.
It's probably next to his underwear.
Okay, this should get you inside.
Abandoned mine key.
Wow, this key looks ancient. Many thanks, Elder Ryzen.
This will really help a lot.
Don't mention it. We're always indebted to the Bracer Guild for their help. It's only natural that we would try and return the favor.
You gotta at least try. Come on.
Thank you. If everyone we dealt with were as cooperative as you, it would make our lives a lot easier.
No kidding.
We'll be sure to let you know if we find anything.
I would appreciate that.
Ba-ba-ba. We got the key. Now we gotta head back. Abandoned mine key. Key for the abandoned mine borrowed from Ryzen, the Elder of Revenue Village. Good times. I hope you managed to find what you're looking for in the mine. Please let me know if you find any. I shall. When the mine was in use, the village enjoyed a period of economic growth. In fact, this place was so lively with miners and merchants, you could have almost called it a small city instead of a town. However, following the war, this place became quite lonely. Lonely road of faith. Louis seems to be rather upset. I wonder what's wrong. I don't know, man. He's a troubled little boy. Pesca relies too much on those orbit-run machines. And look what it's brought him. Fruit that tastes much less delicious than mine. I just don't know how to feel about shipping out something like that from Revenue Village. That's a shame. He's still kicking it old school. I really love raising fruit myself, so I'm glad that I came along with my husband. It's been a while coming, but gradually we've been able to confide in the other villagers. But Gray is someone we've never been able to get close to. That sucks, man. Fresh eggs. It's not like I want to turn everything into a mechanized cultivation. To begin with, orchard cultivation is difficult to do with machines anyway. Even if we use orbital machines to help us out, a large portion of the work would still rely on things done by hand. And as it stands, we don't have enough people here in the village to do everything by hand. That's why we should use machines where we need them. There you go. I get what Gray is trying to say, but I think that Pesca has the best idea. I think we should sit down and discuss this, as it really is important to the whole village. Indeed. Where did Louis go? He got abducted by aliens as well. I don't think my husband is wrong in his opinions. Because the fact is, he grows the most delicious fruit in the entire village. That said, I don't think it would hurt to try accepting new ways of growing fruit. Bum 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 bum. I know I'm a bit shy, but I love doing this job. We get people from all over with interesting stories about the world. And it makes me feel all warm and tingly inside just hearing them. I'm so happy when someone who stayed here before comes back again. Ba 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 bum. Here's an important character. Keep her in mind.
Isn't that you, Sherazard?
It's Annalise!
It's nice to see you again. I haven't seen you since the last time you were here during your training.
If it isn't Annalise, what are you doing here?
Well, we had a request to exterminate a monster in this area.
I like Annalise. She's pretty awesome.
Oh, really? So, how's your swordsmanship been coming along? Have you started mastering the use of that weapon?
She has a bigger role in the second game, however.
Let's avoid that subject right now. I'm still working on it. By the way, Sherazard, are you here at a job for the guild?
Yeah, something like that. Although the job's a little different from the one you're handling.
Is that so? Well, this region has been becoming more dangerous recently. Make sure to be careful.
Oh.
One more thing, Sherazard. Make sure to be careful.
Alright, good times. We'll be seeing more of her later. I started this place with my childhood friend Apple. Apple and Lemon. Of course, I was the one who invited her to join me in this venture. She's a bit of an introvert, so I wasn't sure she was up for it, but she was surprisingly eager to give it a shot. You know, Lancer's an introvert. Fun fact. I heard this from Louie, so don't get mad at me if I'm wrong. But aren't you guys from the Bracer Guild? That's awesome! So even girls can be bracers too, huh? I always thought that you couldn't be a bracer unless you were tough like Agate. Hi, you guys. Did you find something out? I can't say for sure, but I don't think the thing you saw was a dream. Really? We're going to do a little more investigating, so please give us a bit longer to see what we can come up with. Okay, good luck, you guys. Thanks, General Pepper. What's Vince's new theory now? This is the time for us women to shine. Even Laura's wife is the queen of the house. And for heaven's sake, we even have Her Majesty the Queen. Women power! And such. You know what I'm talking about? I had my own store in the Beauce Market at one time. However, I feel more comfortable in my hometown. Unfortunately, this place is out of the way, and sometimes it's difficult to get products in stock. That's a shame. First world problems and such. Do. Good times. Bum bum bum. The moonlight path, the moonlit path. Do 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 do. Misha. Do 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 do. Still can't get into here because we won't be getting into there until the second game. Do 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 do. Somebody needs to pick up that sign that Ben knocked over. Come on now. How long are they just gonna leave it laying there? Bunch of jerks. Ah! Ah! That guy always gets me. Always. Especially when he's chopping up a math teacher's baguette, and smearing butter on a judge's ruler, and throwing a tomato at a guard's map, and playing a Legend of Heroes cards game on a construction worker's chair.
Yeah.
That's what's going on, man. That is totally what's going on. Joshua's confused, apparently. He's sexually confused, even. Ow.
Yeah.
Up. Yeah. Estelle, you went blind again. You need to do something about that. There you go.
That's that then. Let's move out.
That is that. But yay! Royal Leaf. Okay, that's not something we've been getting much of. So we just want to head back to the mine, and this time we can actually go in! Isn't that exciting? Yes, it is. You're damn right it is, man. Na 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 na. But I think we're going to save that for next time. Because I think I'm going to go get something to eat. Over 24 hours of gameplay, ladies and gentlemen. That's an entire day, you know? For those of you down in Beaver City. So, thanks everyone for stopping by. And I shall see you all next time as we end the stream next to one of the signs that Ben knocked over. That's it.
And kick a person when he's down. Here's all that kid did. He goes to class. He's respectful to the media. He's respectful to the public. And he's a good kid. And he's not a professional athlete. And he doesn't deserve to be kicked when he's down.